It is the single most disturbingly beautiful image in modern horror history. Forgot the empty streets of London from 28 years ago. Forgot the firebombing on District 1. This is something new, something evolved. When audience walked out of theaters last night after seeing 28 years later, nobody was talking about the jump scares. Everyone was asking the same terrifying question. What was the Bone Temple? Was it a sanctuary, a slaughterhouse, or was it a ground zero for something far worse than rage virus we thought we knew? Today, we aren't just reviewing a movie, we are performing an autopsy on the most gruesome location ever put to a film and explaining why that ending changes the entire franchise forever. Welcome back to Tim Tiles. If you are new here, we deep dive into the lore that other channels miss. Today we are entering the quarantine zone for a full breakdown of 28 years later. The Bone Temple. This is the official spoiler warning. We are discussing the ending, the lore, and everything in between. If you haven't seen the film, save the video to your watch later playlist and come back after you have witnessed the madness. For the rest of us, let's talk about the architecture of the apocalypse. To understand the temple, we first have to understand what changed. For nearly 3 decades, the established lore of the rage virus was simple. Infection led to immediate mindless aggression. The infected were fast, but they were stupid. They didn't plan, they didn't build, they just consumed. But 28 years later, throw their rulebook out of the window within the first 20 minutes. The infected we encounter near the film's climax aren't just running, they are herding. They are protecting a specific location. Danny Boyle and the writer have introduced a terrifying concept here: viral maturation. The virus hasn't just survived in isolation, it has adapted. The infected are no longer solitary hunters. They are exhibiting what biologists call eusocial behavior, similar to a hive mind. And every hive needs a queen, or in this case, a temple. The Bone Temple isn't just a scary set piece built by production designers to creep you out. It's a functional architecture, it's the central nervous system of the new infection. Let's look at the structure itself. The sheer logistics of it are staggering. The movie subtly tells us that this structure contains the remains of perhaps 50,000 people. When the protagonist first discover it in the third act, they assume it's a mass grave, a dumping ground from the early days of outbreak during the great killing of UK population. This isn't a pile of bodies, this is masonry. These bones were cleansed, sorted by type, and stacked with deliberate engineering precision to create load-bearing walls. The terrifying implication here is that the infected built this. The original rage virus destroyed higher brain function. But if this new strain allows for coordinated construction projects, we are facing an enemy that is no longer just an animal. They have developed a culture based entirely on death. The temple is cathedral, built to honor the virus that gave them the purpose. However, there is a darker theory circulating among the deepest corners of the fan community right now. One that makes the movie infinitely more tragic. What if the infected didn't build it? We find clues scattered around the temple grounds: rotting military tarps, rusted scientific equipment bearing the logo of a defunct NATO task force. Theory is this: the Bone Temple wasn't originally a temple at all. 20 years ago, it was a last-ditch containment and research facility. They were gathering the dead, burning them, and studying their ass to find a cure. The horror of the film's climax isn't just the attack, it's the realization. The high priest of this temple, the alpha infected that leads the assault. We are wearing remnants of hazmat suits. They were the scientists tried to stop this. The fire didn't just kill them, it assimilated their intelligence. It took their desire to cure the world and they twisted it into a desire to build this monument to the infliction. The temple is a grotesque mockery of the science that failed to stop it. This leads us to the haunting final sequence. Our surviving protagonists escape, but they don't win. As they look back at the horizon, the temple is burning, set ablaze during the escape. But listen to the audio in the final scene. That isn't a scream of pain, it's a signal fire. By burning the temple, they haven't destroyed the hive, they have just alerted other hive across the continent. The ending of 28 years later is not about containment, it's the start of a war. The virus has evolved from a biological weapon into a pseudo religious civilization. The Bone Temple was just the first church, and now the crusade begins. The Bone Temple redefines the stake for whatever comes next in this franchise. But I want to know your take. Do you believe the hive mind evolution theory, or do you subscribe to the darker failed cure hypothesis? Which is more terrifying to you? Let me know your theories in the comment down below. I will be debating the best ones in the reply section all day. If you enjoyed this deep dive into madness, press that like button and subscribe to Tim Tales for more movie breakdowns. Until next time, stay uninfected.